Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to upgrade your PlayStation 4 internal hard drive using an external portable drive. Now I picked myself up the Seagate 2 TB expansion drive where I'm going to just do an unboxing to show you guys what you get within the box, and then I'm going to go through the whole entire installation process. Now this drive itself is USB 3.0 compatible and 2.0 as well for both Windows and Mac operating system. What you get inside of the box is a quick start guide little leaflet. Then you'll have the drive itself with the cable inside of the casing itself. So when we open it up, you get the drive itself packaged, and then underneath there you'll find the cable. What to bear in mind is the cable is on the short side, so if you're going to connect it, it's preferred to be connected to a laptop, something that you're going to want to have this drive quite fairly near to. Now there's the drive itself. It does look nice. Casing looks nice. We've got the front port to connect it to your desktop or your laptop, whatever you're going to use it to connect it to. As you could see, there is no screws on this portable drive. Everything is pretty much sort of like locked in. So what you want to do is grab something that's thin enough, something like a knife. And what you're gonna want to do to begin with is pretty much get access into that external sort of like casing. So what I did there is just fit in the thin screw, and then what I did from there on is just pretty much open up the casing. And once you've gained access to that, it's quite fairly easy to take off the actual. It's easy to take off the actual casing. Once you've snapped that case off, I would advise you put this by the side. So anything that we're going to pull apart here, we're going to keep it by the side. So that will give you access to that external hard drive. So the next stage, we're going to take that external hard drive out of that casing. Again, you want to put this case by the side. We are going to come back later towards it. And there you go. There is that external hard drive there. Now it's got these sort of like sticker protected layer. So what we're going to do is just peel that off. So once that's peeled off, that will pretty much expose the drive itself. So you've got the layer that you needed to protect. By the side of that drive, you will have sort of like 4 studs. Now those are covering the screws that we're going to need to pretty much unscrew from this hard drive. So take those studs off again, put it by the side to expose the screws, get a screwdriver, and pretty much just start unscrewing those screws and just leave it by the side. So next thing we want to do is go to your PlayStation 4, remove that top cover layer. It's quite fairly easy, just slide up and that cover just comes off, and that's going to reveal to you the internal hard drive that we're going to pretty much take out of the PlayStation 4. So in order to do that, what you have to do is you've got this big fat master screw just right there on top. All you need to do is pretty much unscrew that in order for you to slide out that internal hard drive of your PlayStation. Okay, once you've taken that out, by the side of that bracket, you have 4 screws. Now what we're going to need to do is unscrew those. So we're going to unscrew those 4 screws of that bracket in order to pull out that internal hard drive. Again, make sure you keep those screws by the side. Everything that you're um, unscrewing or taking off, put by the side, because we are going to come back to all of that. And there you go, the drive easily would just slide out from there. And then side to side we have both drives. As you can see, they're both laptop sized drives. Same size. One is the 2 TB and the other one is the 1 TB that I've used up on my PlayStation 4. Now one thing to bear in mind with the 2 TB one, you can't just slide it into the bracket. Though you've got 4 screws that we're going to have to remove in order for that to fit in. As you can see right there, it's not going to go into that bracket unless you remove that. So first thing we want to do with that external hard drive is remove those 4 screws. Once you've got those 4 screws being taken off, now you'll be able to slide in the hard drive. Remember, the exposed part of the hard drive, you want it to be underneath in the bracket, and you want the front part of the bracket to be sticking out. Sorry, the front part of the drive to be sticking out like so. So next thing we're going to do is take those black screws that we originally removed and put them back in. That way we can secure this hard drive in that bracket. Once those screws have been secured on, the hard drive is nicely secured inside of the bracket and it's not going to come out whatsoever at all. Now, before we actually put this inside of the PlayStation 4, you have this adapter here sticking out. Now, you don't want to put this inside of the PlayStation 4 because you're just going to break the hard drive and possibly break the PS4. Now, if you look at the one that I removed, the 1 TB hard drive, you could see here the hard drive ports are exposed. So this is what slides in to connect inside of your PlayStation 4. Now, what we're going to do is just slightly left and right take this adapter off. Taking that adapter off will reveal the port of that drive in order for you to connect it inside of your PS4. And as you can see right there, it looks exactly the same. Now you could grab that hard drive, slide it inside of your PlayStation 4. You don't really need to apply a lot of force. You just sort of like slightly push it in, just like you do to push it out, and it will just lock itself nice in there. And then the next stage to secure that is using that master screw and just pretty much tightening the hard drive inside of that PlayStation 4. Okay, once that's nice and secure, what you want to do is get the cover case of the PlayStation 4 and pretty much put it back on. It's as easy as the way you took it out. Put it in place, just push it in and it will tuck itself in. Okay, once that's done, you have yourself a free drive that you can use as the external hard drive. So that adapter that we took off, what we're going to do is use that and install it back in. Make sure you don't force anything, just first make sure it's properly inserted and then push it in slightly. Now next, what we're going to do next is the exposed part of that drive, we're going to cover it up and put all of the screws that we previously took the off the other drive back on again. So what we did with the other drive, we're going to pretty much do back to this one there. So all of the 4 screws have been put on. And then what we're going to do, those black little studs that we had, we're going to put those on as well, so that way we cover the screw. As you can see, 1 TB hard drive for my PlayStation 4. Remove, and I'm going to make that into my external portable drive. So what we're going to do now is use that same sticker that we previously took off to protect that exposed part of that hard drive. So the sticker easily just slits back in because both the drive was exactly the same. So you pretty much put undoing what you did. So it's a simple task of just putting it in place, pressing down, smoothing it down, and the sticker will just just cover that drive as though you the original way that you took the first one off. The casing previously that I said to put aside. Now what we're going to do, put it back in. So you slide the hard drive into place, press it in just to make sure it is in correctly, and then you're going to get the top layer of that casing and you're going to put that on top so that you could see right there it's exposed the actual output, so that way you can get access to the drive itself. Now um, hint, when you put the top layer on, just make sure you got that sticker there, it's facing the front of that port section there, so that way you'll know it's going to just click itself in to place. So everything will just click in nice and secure, and you got yourself that portable drive, 1 TB, ready to go. One thing I should mention, doing this is going to void your warranty. So unless you know you're going to keep this, I wouldn't really advise you go ahead and do this. Okay, now to set up your PlayStation's new terabyte drive. Get yourself a flash drive, connect it into your Mac or laptop. What you want to do is format that flash drive, that USB flash drive. For the Mac, select it, do erase. You have to run this utility. Go to ms-dos/fat, erase, and that will pretty much erase it and put it in the mode that you need it to be. So that way it will work with your PlayStation 4. The next thing you want to do is go onto the PlayStation website. I am going to provide the link under the video description, so have a look if you want to know where to go. It gives you clear instruction on what you need to do. Here it's telling us what we need to do on that USB storage drive. So you're going to create a folder on that storage drive, name it PS4, and then within that folder you're going to create another folder that you're going to name update. So when you download the driver, the updated driver, you're going to put it inside of this updated folder. So the instruction is there for you to follow. Click the update link, click the downloadable link, that will download the driver. You will install it inside of the updated folder. Once that's done, you want to hold down the power button on your PlayStation 4 for about 7 seconds. It's going to put it into safe mode, and then you're going to have these options here. You want to go ahead and select number 7, initialize your PS4. It's going to ask you to connect that flash drive. So once you've connected that flash drive, your PlayStation is pretty much going to erase that hard drive, and then it's going to literally initialize itself, set it up for brand new. You get the instructions, just follow the on-screen sort of like instruction. It doesn't take long for it to format your drive, initialize the whole thing. Quite fairly simple. Once your hard drive has gone through that stage, it's going to restart the PlayStation, and then it's going to start doing the installation of the updated files you have on that USB drive. So going into my new hard drive there, you could see it's got 1.77 terabyte. So it has taken a good 30 sort of like gigabyte for, I guess, the system information. Now, one way to pretty much restore everything is to go into your library under the games. So all your downloadable content, add-ons and games and everything else, you could just pretty much re-download again onto that hard drive. I find that to be a lot simpler, to be quite fairly honest. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you what my hard drive, that 1 terabyte, looked like previously before I actually removed it out of my PlayStation. So if we go into the settings and we have a look at the storage that I had left with it, you could see here closely, it's literally was completely used up, and I never even installed everything that I had. I had to delete quite a bit of stuff, DLC to quite a number of the space as well. So overall what I had was just 6 gigabyte worth of free space, and there was still games that I haven't even brought yet. I mean, the Fallout 4, don't think I still brought that yet, and You're Until Dawn and a few other games as well, and a bunch of DLC I couldn't really install it on here. I think I had overall almost about 27 games. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I had 27, 28 games, and I hadn't even installed Fallout 4 yet, Until Dawn, Life is Strange Whole Collection, and a few other titles. One thing that I did do before all of this, which I would advise you do as well, is make sure you have auto upload on, so that way all of your save games will be auto um, uploaded into the cloud, and at the same time you can do it manually yourself. So before I did anything through the whole installation, I made sure with this drive all my save games were uploaded, and at the same time you have an option here to back up and restore everything. Now with this new hard drive, everything that I couldn't install I managed to put on. You've got every single DLC that I had, every single indie game, retro games, free games, digital only games. I pretty much put everything on there. So a mixture of um, disc copies. So still, even if you have the disc, it still has to install a large number. And as you could see here, 1.77 terabyte. It's taken 30 away, but I've got over 38 games, I think 37, 38 games, and a couple of DLCs and a bunch of other stuff. And I've managed to use 1 terabyte. So you're looking at another 36 games, 34 to 36 game additional that I could install. So you know that with this whole entire, that 1 terabyte managed to last me for almost 2 years, I think, yeah, a year and a half or so. And this one here, I'm looking like another year of a bunch of games to be installed. So that's pretty much um, the whole installation process. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. The drive itself, it's very silent. It runs very fast, a lot faster than the old one that I had. Plenty of space. Very happy with it. If you guys got any comments or need any help, just let me know. Leave your comments down below the video. Hope you enjoy this, and check out all my other vids. Thanks.